What's up, everybody? This is Spider-Man here. I'm about to give you guys an top speed tune. This is gonna be one of the requested tunes you guys requested. A non-NOS, pretty much no NOS, and it's gonna be required. I wouldn't say required, but for this tune, it's not gonna be a NOS tune. It's just gonna be strictly just top speed for it. It's gonna be kind of a short video, kind of, because it's pretty much the exact same tune, especially for the transmission. The suspension is a little bit different. For this one, it's the special edition RX7. The It goes the same speed, but I was able to get it to be able to go on the turns a little bit easier with the different suspension. I'm trying this out for a lot of other cars now lately because it works great for one car, which I'll post later. Um, but I'm just trying out to see if it works for other cars to either gain them speed or give them a little bit more stability in the turn or make it more smoother and not have to lose that much speed in the turn. But as I said before, the suspension is going to be different than how the previous one was that I had posted for this one, because this is a 269 tune, but if you guys want to go, you guys can use this for NOS. So it's a 290 NOS tune as before, exact same transmission. So I'm just going to go over the suspension, show you guys the transmission, just to show you guys the exact same thing, because I just copy and pasted, or I just duplicated the previous one into this because it works out just fine. The other one went to 69. I don't think I can get any faster, primarily because of how much it weighs. If you could reduce the weight on it, it'd be much faster, I'm pretty sure, but oh well. But with this, the suspension, the ride height's gonna be the same as before, so 65 in the front, 70 in the rear. The anti-roll bar, I brought it down to 1 just make it, loose, but it's not like severely loose because of how the rest of the suspension acts in the turns. So you're not gonna just see a lot of body movement when you go into turn. It's actually gonna be kind of stiff. It's kind of like as I was doing before with all my other suspension tunes, but it's a little bit of a, I guess, a throwback to how I used to tune on GT6, except for I just essentially took it from there, put into here, and just readjusted certain values for some of the things like the compression. 26 in the front, 26 in the rear. I figured, since it only goes to 20 to 40 on the compression and 30 and 50 on the expansion, I typically only went 3 on both, so that's what I kind of did. So I added 6 to it because it's a 20 number difference. So got that. The expansion is gonna be 36 on front and rear, just because that's how I had before. The Dasher frequency, from my knowledge, does not change at all. It does not change. It just stays fully maxed out on the front and all the way down the rear. I did take off the camber though. I took off camber because for some reason the camber it'll actually slow your car down depending on the vehicle. So I found out while I was tuning one of my other previous cars that's not associated with the suspension tune, but for some reason if I put down like 2 camber, it'll more likely lower your mile per hour by 1, maybe 2, but most likely 1 for some reason. I don't know why it does it, but they made it to where camber's not a good thing for when you want to go for top speed. It's great for the turns though. Like if you add camber, you have a lot more stability in the turn. So if you guys are having issues with this tune out on the turn, then just add toe to it. It shouldn't affect your top speed a whole lot. If it does, it brings it down by 1 mile per hour at most. I don't think it'll bring it down by 2. If it does, I'll be shocked, honestly, depending on how much camber you add. If you max it out, you're gonna be going a little bit slower, but you're gonna be able to take the turns a lot easier. So, and as for toe angle, as I usually do, is none. I don't have any toe angle whatsoever. Yeah, hopefully you guys have that all written down or put on your onto your cars. I'm gonna hop over to the transmission real quick. As I said before, it's the same as before, so 500. I can't remember exactly how I had it written down, but I'm pretty sure I just put up to 500 and it stays that way. If not, you put up to 500 and you bring down the final where I have it. But as I said before, the transmission to this is the exact same setup how I had it on the previous tune, so if this does not match up exactly how you guys have it and you guys are just coming onto this tune, go to my other video that has the top speed NOS tune for this, because that's where I get the transmission from. But primarily, as I said before, the suspension is the only thing that's different. But with that, I'm gonna head out the track, show you guys how it does. It does quite decent. I wish it could go faster, but looking at it, it does have a decent amount of downforce. It does have a decent amount of weight, so it's not gonna go as fast, sadly. I am going to apply NOS for a little while just to get the top speed, so that way you guys can see it hitting the 269 somewhat early on. At least, hopefully, I don't want to say hopefully, but by the bottom of the hill, because it won't go any faster than this. Once I get to the bottom of the hill and up to the turn, it'll stay 269 all the way through. It actually goes. It's weird that it'll actually go up to like 273 to 274, which I find kind of odd, because typically majority of the cars, even if they're not going at max speed before the bottom of the hill, they will reach their top speed by like by at least 3 miles per hour. But for some reason, this goes 273. It'll almost go 274, but it'll go 273, which you would think it would go to 270, but it doesn't. I don't know why, but there's some there that there might be a ever so small amount of tweaking to be able to make it go the actual 269. So I have no clue why it does it, but if you guys want to tinker with it a little bit for the transmission to get a little bit faster, 270, 271, that's all on you guys. I ain't gonna tell you guys not to do anything to the tune. I'm just giving you guys a heads up on what the tune does and all that stuff. It does seem to handle a little bit better in my mind in the turns versus the old suspension tune that I had on it. It does still want to go up to the top, but it's not as proficient, I guess you could say, but it's not as aggressive, I guess you say, trying to go up to the top. I mean, I'm barely losing a mile per hour going into the turn with this suspension setup. And even if you're going to use this for NOS, you'll be fine, because you're going to go 290 the straights, and you're going to go 285. And if you're able to, keep it in the turn without hitting the top the wall, you'll be hitting 285. If not, you'll be roughly in the 280s for sure. But you won't drop like 10 miles per hour going in the turn with this. But yeah, with that, that's gonna be the end of the video. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button. Also subscribe for more videos. I will be posting another requested tune later this week. I post every Tuesdays and Fridays, or I'm trying to at least. If I can't, I'll just go to the next week or the next time I would post a video. And if you guys have any questions, post them in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions you guys want to see me do for other top speed tunes I haven't done previously, post them in the comments below. And also let me know if you want it to be a top speed NOS tune or just a regular top speed tune. All you have to do is write down either NOS, or you don't even have to write NOS on it. If you don't write NOS, I'll know you guys just want a straight up just top speed tune like this. Yeah, with that, I will see you guys in the next video.